Hi everyone, it's Toby here. So it's day 3 of us stitching together on House of Hearts by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am really excited, even if I may not sound so, but we have the house finished. The house is done. Yesterday I did 699 stitches. It is funny that I didn't think about getting that rounded to 700, but with 699 stitches I am exactly at 65% done, and basically with this house out of the way I basically can smell finish. So let's see how much we can stitch together today. So today is Tuesday, the 24th of February, and I would like to do at least 1%. Let's see if that's going to be that or more, hopefully not less. It's just today is a rather funky day for me. Sorry, just moving around. Just wanted to show you the house, and again we're going to be stitching in hand. I hope that like shaking is not too terrible. So it's a bit of a funky day because we had a sudden jump in temperatures and it kicks me right in the head. So I feel as if somebody put me in jello. I can barely function. I have like some strange headache that seems not to be responding to painkillers and so on, but is not a migraine as well. So all the fun. I finished work a bit earlier today and jumped to the tub to just soak in warm water for some time, to hope that it's going to help me a bit. So it helped me relax in general, but I still feel super slow. So let's see how's that going to translate to our stitching. I have my tablet below that, so let me just move it because I don't want to flash the pattern too much. Okay, so I'm just going to put that here, and I would like to continue on this motif and go a bit down to just kind of bring this frame to the right end as much as possible on the top and on the bottom. So I'm just going to continue with this one, go with the triangle that we have here, and then continue with the frame to just kind of have it in one place. So let's see. So yeah, as you can see, even just putting things into my hoop is not like the best. I just have no brain today to do anything, but really couldn't wait to get back to stitching because it is so absolutely exciting to just finally get it moving. I love working on this pattern, and it's just, there was a moment where I wanted to slow down because the thought of having it finished was a bit too much, because I love working on that. Sorry, it's just I hope that you can see everything and it is kind of in frame. If needed, I will just try to change the distance. I hope that stitching that in a hoop without a stand is okay for you. But to be honest, I love you all. I love your support. I love that I have somebody to talk at, because yeah, we cannot call it talking to, but I think that with this pattern at the moment I'm doing that. Sorry for shaking. I'm doing that mostly for myself, because as I told you, there have been some struggles, and I want to have it stitched for me and my boyfriend, because his support is just like something that I cannot even describe. But filming is very much for me, because it is something that I do now with pleasure, and I am trying to find some kind of routine. So now, being off Instagram, Reddit, I have less interaction with other crafty people, so this is definitely missing in my life, but I totally feel that not being present in places that kind of bombard you, even if you don't want to, with information, sometimes contrary information, with news that are not good, and for a moment I need a break, even if that means that it's a break from all the pretty things that I can see. So yeah, this is very much for me, for my mental health and so on, but I definitely miss talking to people who also find themselves very much in their projects. So filming is a kind of, it's a bit different solution for me, because I feel like I'm talking to my friends. I would love to have more crafty people in the real life around me, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I need to kind of base everything on, you know what, I don't want to call it like parasocial situations or parasocial interactions, because I think of you as friends. So just like you are real, but you are also virtual. So this is the thing. If this is the only way I can talk to you or talk at you, I'm going to take it. And definitely me being able to talk about things also helps my head, because I'm so sorry, I'm just like knocking the holder all the time. Hope that it's just kind of balanced now. Let's see. So talking helps me to kind of find myself outside of this constant stream of thought that is happening in my head, because when I am to articulate something, it requires a bit more concentration, and it helps me focus. So talking plus stitching at the same time is, in my opinion, an amazing mental exercise. It's a kind of mental coordination exercise that I think that I'm kind of good at. I am absolutely terrible with any kind of physical coordination. It's just, I said I'm good at it, and of course I put my needle one thread too far, no, too close, because it should be here. If we're talking about any kind of physical coordination, I am definitely the person who is not able to rub her belly and pat her head at the same time. It will be either patting on both places or rubbing on both places, never two at the same time. So at least I can say that mental coordination is a bit better. Even today I really feel super slow and things are funky because sometimes it is just like so difficult, and any kind of thing that I need to do requires 3 times as much energy as it normally would. So today at work I was concentrating on a few tasks that really required from me just to look at Excel, put things into correct places, and the program was telling me if that was the correct place and so on. So at least I am able to recognize that this is a low energy day, so we need to do tasks that require low energy. So I am laughing that during these days I'm just like putting myself into cells, because Excel and preparing like some reports and so on that I've done millions of times is something that I can commit to. But I also had like some plans to deal with a few things in my inbox. We have like a bit different email client than the usual Outlook thing, which allows you to create the so-called private views. So since my work in general is project-based, and we have Peppa, as you can see. Hello. Hi. Yes. Hi, baby. No, you cannot. You know what? Let me just move that here, okay? And you can nest yourself in between my legs here. Okay, this is a cat just rubbing her head on the phone. Can you lie down, baby? Are you going to scratch the face on everything now? Come, come, come. Yes. Yes. She's so sweet and she's so cute, and she will lie down. Or not. Let's see. You can create like the private views per project, and then I usually just like, so getting biscuits here. So here you are getting Peppa at work, yes. Let's see if I will manage to stitch anything more with this helper. Oh, let me try to change the... Oh, that's going to help, yes. Hello. So here's my tiny monster being involved. And here in the background you can see two of my amazing bags from Cross Stitch Jess. I will link her below. So I think that, yeah, on her Instagram she has like highlights with available bags, so you can just like go and check. They are super affordable and they are absolutely amazing, and I want all of them, or at least I would need Jess to teach me how to sew in a straight line so I can make a couple of wonky versions for myself, for the less important projects, and still be getting the amazing workmanship examples from her. So yeah, okay. Is the biscuit factory still working? Yes, biscuit factory is still working. Can I stitch, please? Not necessarily. No, you are not getting onto my arm, baby, no. I already have a bruise. She's just like sitting like kind of over my arm with her back legs here, and she's just trying to balance, so even okay. And we have Millie. Hi, Millie. Let me show you Millie. Yes, for a second. Oh my god, somebody was drooling on my blanket, so now I'm just like have something wet here. Okay, sorry for shaking, but I want to give you a double amazing experience, so you will have stitching in the view and a cat that is now brooming very intensely. So yeah, just getting back to work. So I have created at the moment these private views per project, so it is easy because then I see things grouped, and if a new email comes that is not connected to the same project, I am not getting distracted. So it's much easier for me to deal with emails, to respond to queries and so on, and be able to kind of stay in the zone for a specific project. So that is very helpful, and I was hoping that I will manage to clean a few of these views to have like the zero inbox, the so-called zero inbox, but unfortunately I managed to do only a few of them, like half of what I had planned for today, because yeah, I had this strange headache during around midday, and I needed to take like a longer break, and after the break I worked for about an hour and a half or something, and then I was just like, okay, I'm finishing at 4 because I just cannot concentrate, I cannot do anything, so I won't be able to do anything. Yeah, and tomorrow I am going to the office. I'm staying there overnight, coming back home on Thursday. So tomorrow you are not going to get Peppa view, because unfortunately she needs to stay home, which she probably is not going to be very happy about, because today she was even more a Velcro cat than normally. I have like a, under my desk I have ottoman, because I need to sit cross-legged on my office chair, and today she basically came to me just after my boyfriend left for work, so a bit after 9, and stayed there until 1. So until I took my break, and then when I had my break I was just like sitting here on the sofa. So yeah, I had company as well, because she had to. So yeah, tomorrow it will be without Peppa, in a bit different setup, but definitely I'm taking my stitching with me. And I was planning to go to the office for like 3 days with 2 overnight stays, but unfortunately on Friday there's going to be like a strike of public transportation workers in Munich, so it wouldn't be so easy for me to get back home. So I would need to shorten that to 2 days and 1 overnight stay only. So yeah, but still it's just I like going to the office. I really like my job. The only problem is that I like to be in the office. I don't like going to the office. I don't like driving, taking public transportation, because I don't have driving license. And driving in Munich, I wouldn't do that, especially in the morning, in the before work and so on. But it's just like I have like a pretty good connection anyways, but still it takes me 2 hours door to door when everything works as it should. So that's why I just stay overnight, or so I can go there a bit less often, because it's just like when I go there I'm very much in the zone, and I'm from the very morning I am full of energy. This is like a different type of energy. This is a office energy. But then I'm crashing in the afternoon. And when I was going there in the morning and coming late afternoon, basically I was getting back home around 7 in the evening, I was dead. There was just like, there was zero mental capacity left. I was always just like completely done. So now I'm trying to spread it over 2 days, so it's not 1 day with 4 hours of commuting. So yeah, let's hope that tomorrow the public transport is going to be okay, that I'm not going to have any issues, that it will stop raining, at least for a moment, because I feel that we had rain non-stop, basically starting Friday. I don't know. It's this kind of rain that you just want to get yourself under the blankie with a cat. Yes, I have my tea as well. Stitch something with floss tube, because I cannot even think about anything that would need to follow a plot today. And recently, oh my god, I am just like, I am watching them basically on repeat. So I love the Artsy Housewife. I love Gigi's patterns. Oh, you didn't see that on FlossTube yet, but I chose one of her patterns as my blessing sampler for January. It wasn't a sampler as such, but it was a design that kind of embraced things that I wanted to have more in my life. So there was a huge cat. You can check, it's The Florist by the Artsy Housewife. So there is a huge cat, orange, so it's just like Peppa is representing here, a bit of orangey here. Oh, big sigh, yes. Cat life is so difficult. So an orange cat, a huge pot of flowers, and it kind of, in my head, it was representing growth, blooming, and coziness. So, like, these things that I would like to manifest this year. So far I'm not doing that very well, but it's only the end of February. So yeah, and basically I was flying through this pattern. It went so quick. I think that I finished that in like 10 days. And I was sick then. I was sick as hell. And I am obsessed. It's just, I want to stitch basically everything that comes from the Artsy Housewife. And I watched their floss tube before, but at the moment I am rewatching that basically religiously, because both Gigi and Boone, they have fantastic taste in terms of the patterns that they stitch on. Of course, there are also Gigi's creations, but whatever they stitch on, I don't think that there was one pattern that they shown that I would say, nah, this is not something that I would like to work on. So maybe it's a bit of a trap that I'm getting myself into, because since I don't want to spend any money this year on cross stitch, because I really have enough of things. So just like watching their floss tube and seeing all this gorgeous stuff, it gives me a massive FOMO. So at the moment I am kind of toying with the idea, because since since collecting patterns is a completely different hobby, and this is also one of my favorites, I was thinking, sorry, I'm just doing a terrible thing, so holding my needle in my teeth. Don't do that, children. So I was just thinking that maybe I could just try to join the Artsy Housewives Patreon, so it would be kind of a planned expense, and it also would be the I basically know that I wouldn't be disappointed with anything that I would receive from them. So at the moment I'm still very strong. It feels a bit like a punishment to myself, but that was my decision. So I am trying to stay true to myself, and first maybe really do the list of patterns I have, check what I have in my stash, like really what I have in my stash, have like a perfect overview. I know what flosses I have, so this is not a problem, but with fabrics, that's a bit of a different story. So I roughly know what I have, but from time to time I just like look through my drawer with fabrics, and this is just like, oh, this is gorgeous, I forgot that I bought it. So I would like to go through that and first maybe decide on what I would like to stitch, to maybe assign materials to patterns, check if I have everything that I need, and just concentrate on that. So this is the first thing. I don't want to be a hoarder, even if that's only patterns, but I have too many things. And even if they're pretty and I bought them because now they sometimes are a source of worry or overwhelm, because it's just too much. There are too many of them, and I really, really don't want to ever to get to this point with the thing that I love the most, so cross stitch. So that's why I am going to kind of pace myself at the moment, see where it takes me. Maybe it will happen that I will just completely break down and go on a spending spree. But at this point, if I still have some control over myself and my overview of the stash and so on, even if that's very minimal, I don't need more. I absolutely want more, but I don't need more. That's why when I'm done with this stitching, I will think about choosing a next one. And let's see, because maybe this is exactly the format that I need in my life, that I need to kind of publicly stitch for a few minutes a day, to be able to just kind of jumpstart myself to stitch more and then to finish more. Because as much as I love the process, I would also like to finally have a few more things on my walls. So it definitely means stitching, and it will also mean finishing. So I am at the moment perusing. Okay, I'm watching Floss Tube, so this is the thing, and people are so creative with their finishes, and of course I had so far mostly like the big finishes, so it is mostly okay, take it to the framer, don't try to do anything yourself because you're going to mess up. But at the moment I am thinking more and more about the smaller things that I have that could be quicker finishes and could be like this kind of almost constant gratification that I could finish, I could fully finish and have it displayed. So yeah, at the moment I love also watching, and again this is like with the artsy housewife, red velvet quilts, hair floss tube. So her finishes are so gorgeous and so creative, and hello, there was a Millie walking. So I would like to have something like that as well, maybe to be able also to have some kind of display with like a metal board where I can use magnets or whatever to just put different finishes on and so on. There are so many things that I could do, even in the limited wall space that I have, and even with two fluffy monsters that need to put their faces and poses into everything. But so far they never touched finished stuff. It's only Peppa trying to just like work on helping me with my tension when you can see like the thread moving, but today she is just like so well behaved, because normally, especially when she is just like lying in her nest between my legs, very often I just like have like a posy on my thread, and she's just pulling on that and trying to jump on it. So today she knows she's on TV, she's being filmed, so she needs to behave, and she wants to cuddle. So yeah, there are loads of things that I would like to do. If you have your favorite way of finishing things, could you let me know? If you have like any kind of floss tubers that did that, or you did that, and you have that on your floss tube, or you have pictures, let me know. I would love to have a look. I would like to get inspired and finally maybe do a one-person finishing party where I could just sit and try to finish a few things. So yeah, let's see. Another thing that it's kind of connected to that, is I would like to start using my sewing machine. I first need to have it checked, because I don't know if that's the sewing machine or is that the user error, but there's something wrong, and basically I already had a few instances where the thread was getting tangled inside. So when you just thread your machine, it seems that like part of the thread, and I'm not talking about the bobbin below, but like inside, it was getting caught somewhere, and I needed to like unscrew the side of the machine, and I basically pull out like a bunch of twisted thread that was causing like everything to break and so on. And the thing is that I was even just like checking manuals, and I was checking video tutorials on how to thread this specific machine, because I thought that maybe just like it's really just my mistake, but no, I was doing everything correctly. So it seems that something might be wrong inside. And this is just like, I got this sewing machine some time ago, and that was El Cheapo that you could buy in Penny. It is something similar, like something similar to Lidl or Aldi, but in my opinion with a bit lower quality. So also that, as I wouldn't really, at least in Europe, I don't know if that's the same in other places, but Lidl has their brand for all kind of like electronics devices and so on. It's called Silvercrest, I think, and I really wouldn't mind a sewing machine from them, because from what I heard, especially for like my needs, because I'm not a sewist, it would be to just really learn to do straight lines, maybe make a pillowcase or two, and have like something to help myself with cross stitch finishes and so on. So that's it. Maybe in the future think about some really, really basic clothes alterations, but nothing major. So yeah, that would be good for me. But at the moment, this is another thing, that since I have this sewing machine, I'm not going to get anything new before having this one checked, because maybe it's just like it's an easy fix, and this sewing machine would be perfectly usable. So I found like a service place plus shop. It's family business, and it's been known here in the market since I think 1956 or something. So it is said that it's really a place that you can trust, that I would like to take my sewing machine to, so they can check everything and so on. And I already just like had the moment that I really wanted to do that, because last week I had a day off for my birthday, and unfortunately they had like the holidays, so they were out for I think a week or two. I think that it still lasts until the end of this week, so I need to wait and yeah, exercise my patience somehow. So yeah, this is another plan, because maybe that would be something that can bring an extra layer of using my stash because I could finish. I could maybe make a really crappy project bags for myself. I don't need anything major here, so yeah, we'll see. I just think it's a very loose plan here. I would like to try. I would definitely want to try, but yeah, I would like to try. Full stop here. Good, and talking about full stops, so together we did 114 stitches now. I will finish and cuddle with my cat. Oh, have you seen this sigh? This big sigh. This tiny body. Oh, yo. Yeah, and continue stitching a bit. So what we did today is 0.53%. So I have like about 100 stitches to reach this 1% that I was thinking about. So let's hope that it's going to work. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here with us, with both of us. And see you tomorrow. I hope that I will manage to have my camera set up in a way that you would see the stitching. If not, you will see my face while I'm stitching and talking, maybe. Let's see. So, have a good rest of your day. Oh yes, and I'm getting her belly here. She's a cat that loves having her belly scratched, and now we have that on video, yes. Oh my god, do you see how sweet she is? Okay, I'm going to cuddle the cat. Bye-bye.